This is not a sponsored video. I need to be careful about what I say in this video because there's a notion that finances or financial wealth is tied to mathematical understanding. However, if this was true, every mathematician would be billionaires. There are not many billionaire mathematicians. This is largely because to predict a system as large as a financial market, it requires more than just algebra and arguably cannot be done in reality. At least not with the math we have today. I think people get this idea that to understand finance, we need to calculate the total sums of the market. Though this can provide insights, it's not a single solution. This is largely because humans and businesses do not behave predictably. We like to think of ourselves as doing things logically, but there is no predicting what someone will or won't do. A widespread, irrational fear has the power to tank even the best laid out investment plans. Predicting those fears and other factors is what is required to create a calculation to make every mathematician a billionaire. My current prediction is that AI will not be able to do this either. It may help give us more information than we had previously, but lots of people would have access to the same type of information. Large numbers making movements in the market creates its own form of unpredictability. For this reason, if I ever find a way to make lots of money within the financial markets, I'm not likely to boast about it until I've secured enough for myself. By doing so, the idea is no longer worth what it was to me, because it reopens everything to the unpredictability of human behavior again. This motion of unpredictability is largely what makes using math to make investment predictions difficult. The best solution I've heard thus far in my lifetime is to invest in index funds instead. I am not qualified to talk about why this is a good decision, but I highly recommend reading The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John C. Bogle. Index funds are investing in the whole market rather than a single piece. Where a single piece is more likely to fail, the whole is more likely to succeed. There are numerous studies that have been done on investing and show that for majority of people, this form of investment makes sense. That being said, I am not here to give financial advice. I am here to help see how math is related to financial decisions. Because money is the stereotypical application of mathematics, I think people get the wrong idea about math's involvement in the financial world. Like, if they understood more math, they would make more money. Though this can be true, it doesn't quite work the way most people think about applying math within the world of finance. Believe it or not, the simple ideas conveyed in counting and arithmetic are more than enough to help people make better financial decisions. It's not complicated math, and most know it by the time they are done with elementary school. This means you have everything you need to make sound financial decisions. It just requires the observation and the calculations. And that's where a lot of people tend to skip out. With software that offers insights and predictions combined with the uncertainty of doing math right, we can get lulled into a false sense of security. The software providing the insights and predictions is leveraging the same math you already know. It's just doing the thinking for you. My advice? Stop letting it think for you. Or at least take time to look into it enough that you understand what is good versus bad about the numbers. Gain intuition about the numbers. What do they mean? How do you know if it's a good number or a bad number? Does this number actually impact anything important? Compare and contrast with other financial institutions. If you are interested in a thought-free system, I highly recommend I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Regardless of what you choose, run the calculations yourself. That is the only way to understand if the recommendation is actually worth your time and money. Run the numbers until they make sense to you. That is the best way to ensure financial literacy.